Seems that now His Excellency Turkey Ali Sheik, he wants to see the rematch between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and he's now offering Mike Tyson $700 million to knock out Jake Paul.
It's an incredible fight and bring it to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
It is not something to surprise or not. We have a lot to fight.
Jake Paul has officially backed out of his rumored rematch with Mike Tyson, and honestly, are we even surprised? Tyson was reportedly offered a jaw-dropping $700 million for the fight, but Jake pulled the plug. Dodging real competition seems to be his signature move. This all comes after their first scripted bout, which had fans excited to see Tyson return and knock Jake out, especially with that kind of payday on the line. The first fight only managed to pull in around $20 million, so jumping to a $700 million offer is an absurd leap. But hey, why face real challenges when you can duck them for the right price?
Now offering Mike Tyson $700 million to knock out Jake Paul. And it's all coming from...
Many see this as yet another flashy cash grab, with the fight lacking authenticity. Once trust is lost, there's no coming back. Here's how experts used to introduce Mike Tyson in his prime.
He was the champ. It was like, people don't understand what a champ he was. Like, he wasn't just the heavyweight champion of the world. He was an execution.
Many are still willing to give him a second chance, but the YouTube star-turned-boxer chose to walk away from what could have been the most talked-about rematch of the year. And no, this isn't about strategy or scheduling conflicts. The drama runs deeper, messier, and honestly, far more entertaining than that.
The Tyson-Jake fight, wasn't that amazing?
Yeah. It's amazing they got paid so much money for that.
25 million and 40 million?
I think 20 and 40. Yeah,
20 and
I think
40.
that's what I'd heard.
This rematch offer came from a Saudi billionaire, a longtime admirer of Mike Tyson, who put a staggering $700 million on the table. The only catch? Tyson had to win. But if you think this was about honoring Tyson's legacy or giving him a shot at redemption, you're way off the mark. Tyson has lost much of the respect he once commanded, and this entire spectacle only reinforces that. It's no longer about boxing. It's about who's willing to pay to see a former legend go through the motions. To make it worse, the billionaire had the audacity to mock Tyson's past, dragging up one of his infamous scripted losses and suggesting that if Tyson could lose for money, surely he could win for it too. Hit that like button and subscribe to stay in the fight. This drama isn't over yet.
That now His Excellency Turkey Ali Sheik, he wants to see the rematch between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and he's now offering Mike Tyson $700 million to knock out Jake Paul.
So how does Jake Paul respond to all this chaos? He taps out quicker than a rookie in an MMA octagon. Let me break it all down for you.
Legitimate boxer?
A legitimate boxer, yes. People mocked me when I was saying that before, but now I think people are coming around.
The wild card in this story is a Saudi billionaire who thought boxing needed a little more chaos and his personal touch. He threw a jaw-dropping $700 million on the table, not as a prize, but as a challenge. Mike Tyson had to win, and not just leave the past behind. The same past where Tyson's alleged scripted loss raised eyebrows and sparked debates about boxing's authenticity. This billionaire wasn't just watching from the sidelines. He poured fuel on the fire and practically dumped the whole kettle on Tyson.
Of course, I let him win. He gave me $10 million. Or else I would have knocked him the
Let's talk about Jake Paul, the guy who built his boxing career on calculated moves, hand-picked opponents, and a flair for theatrics. His fights aren't about boxing skill or legacy. They're about crafting a narrative, growing his brand, and staying in the spotlight. When Tyson suddenly became a genuine threat, Jake Paul's game plan fell apart. A 57-year-old Tyson, driven by $700 million and a bruised ego, was no longer the friendly sparring partner from their previous bout. Jake knew what everyone else did. Tyson could still throw punches that could flatten a brick wall. This wasn't a YouTuber or an MMA fighter testing the waters in boxing. This was Iron Mike Tyson, the man who used to end fights in seconds. Jake isn't stupid. He saw the writing on the wall. A rematch with Tyson wasn't just risky, it was career suicide.
Excellent, Mike. Excellent, Mike.
Let's not portray Tyson as a helpless victim in this saga. Sure, the billionaire's taunts were brutal, but Tyson is no stranger to controversy. He's been labeled everything from a boxing genius to a spectacle showman. Still, this billionaire took things to an entirely new level.
Such an incredible fight, and bring it to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
It is not something is surprise or not. We have a lot to fight before, and in the kingdom we are focusing in a lot of things.
By mocking Tyson's alleged scripted loss, the billionaire struck a nerve. For Tyson, this rematch wasn't about money or fame. It was personal, a chance to prove that even at 57, he's nobody's puppet.
A lot of things about this.
You're just a big fight fan.
Yeah.
You love boxing.
Yeah.
Yes. Why? Where did that come from?
From the youngest generation.
Tyson knew the game well. A win against Jake Paul wouldn't silence the critics entirely. Whispers of he just beat a YouTuber would still follow him. And if he lost, it would be an unthinkable blow to his legacy. But $700 million had a way of silencing doubts, and Tyson was ready to fight. The real question was Jake?
Maintained that in the time where he was champion, like the 2 or 3 years where he was at his best, he's the greatest fighter of all time.
Of all time.
Everyone hoped Mike Tyson would knock him out. Jake's brand depends on one thing above all: winning. A loss to Tyson in a fight that wasn't on his terms would have shattered his carefully crafted image. And let's not forget the mental games. The billionaire's involvement wasn't just a financial twist, it was a psychological grenade. The suggestion that Tyson could be bought raised the stakes even higher. If Tyson entered the ring fighting for pride and $700 million, Jake knew there was no room for his usual antics. When you see Mike, you know it's not just business, it's personal.
Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to...
When you see Mike Tyson hitting them pads, you get a little nervous.
Yeah. Bro was running at lightning speed.